So WWE is going to do their first ever episode of Monday Night Raw in the state of South Dakota tonight, in Sioux Falls. So how do you start off South Dakota? You get Roman Reigns. So he's talking about shit. Dolph Ziggler comes out and Seth Rollins. I'm gonna skip over that segment because I didn't watch. I know they made a rematch with Kurt Angle, or they announced. Kurt Angle announced there's going to be a rematch of Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley against the Revival, and I'm just thinking to myself, this is going to be fucking garbage. I don't want to see this. Coach keeps telling us this is momentum. So you had Curtis Axel. He's going to face Matt Hardy. So I don't know if people want to... I want to mention this for Bray Wyatt. This is really a scary situation. Bray Wyatt, I believe... was involved in a head-on collision on Friday, and that was a head-on collision. Anytime you hear that, I mean, that you fear the word, because that can a lot of times result in death, or a lot of times result in just a horrible situation. You could end up being in a head-on collision. So he was on the head-on collision. He was in the hospital for 3 days. He was just released, so Bray's gonna be okay. But even though I've been critical of Bray Wyatt's work, just whenever you hear that, your heart drops. So best wishes to Bray Wyatt on being involved in that accident. Matt Hardy and Curtis Axel. Curtis Axel won, so I guess you're gonna get that tag match. This is gonna suck. Oh my god, this segment sucks. So you have Seth Rollins backstage with Roman Reigns, and it's like they're friends, but it's like their acting is just terrible. Both of them. Roman's horrible, Seth is horrible. Then Bobby Lashley comes, and this is some of the worst acting you'd ever see by Lashley. It's just fucking garbage. I mean, Lashley was getting booed, and then Reigns is getting booed. It's like they tease they're about to say something controversial, and they just they go low. It's like, no, they call each other's like bullies, and I don't know what the fuck they're even talking about. This was just Bobby Lashley's horrible on the mic, and Reigns is fucking garbage. This segment was fucking terrible. Oh man, that segment sucked. So they go to the announcers talk about Bayley and Sasha. Now we have to see their counseling. So whatever they did last week is completely dead. I mean, the last week's segment was fucking awesome. Bayley beating the shit out of Sasha. You ain't shit, Sasha. And there's even a new T-shirt that a fan made. It was a fan made T-shirt. It's a popular shirt now. It says "You ain't shit" on the first back, on the front, on the back. It says it's Bayley bitches. That's an awesome T-shirt. I might consider having to buy that. And I've never been a huge Bayley fan per se, but man, that's just an awesome shirt. So Bayley's first, and then Sasha comes second. It's like, this is just gonna be horrible. I knew Dr. Shelby was coming up. This episode of Raw is going to be fucking terrible. This was just terrible. This stuff, I don't know. Maybe though, this is the opening. I mean, the Daniel Bryan and Kane stuff was really funny when, especially that one time when Daniel Bryan, I think he let that kid fall or something. That when they were supposed to, they let someone fall on their back. I remember that being funny, but this is not. Shelby's back. I think they're gonna push them pretty big. Probably might be the first women's tag champs. So they're gonna get a push. You have Apollo Crews losing to the Authors of Pain. So, it's something for the Authors, I guess. They should have never gotten rid of Paul Ellering. So Kevin Owens is there, and he's trying to run from Braun. You had Rollins and Reigns against McIntyre. Rollins and Reigns against McIntyre and Dolph. This was just terrible. The way they booked this, it's like Roman Reigns takes the two finishers, takes two shatter machines, and he still fucking wins, even though it's a DQ match. It's like, people wonder why people hate Roman Reigns. His partner leaves, he gets beat up, he loses his partner. It's like he's fucking... WWE wonders why people hate this fucking guy so much. This guy's been all over this fucking show. This fucking show's terrible. Raw is fucking garbage. Sorry, South Dakota. First ever Raw. Yeah, hopefully this is the last ever Raw. I'm sure South Dakota probably hopes so too after this fucking show that WWE is putting on. This show is fucking garbage. Raw sucks tonight. Anyway, they have Drew and Dolph beat up Rollins while Revival's beating down Reigns. They leave Reigns laying there. Fucking terrible. Yeah, Kurt Angle and Kevin Owens in the office. This was funny that Kevin Owens was trying to persuade him. Like, I don't know what this thing with Kevin Owens and Shania Twain is, but Kevin Owens and his wife are big Shania Twain fans, and he went to her concert, and she took a picture with him and his wife. It was kind of cool. And I guess Shania, he's trying to bribe Kurt Angle, to go to a Shania Twain concert. Owens was really entertaining here. He announces it's Owens and Strowman. Owens is he's really good. Corbin's out. It's him and Balor. It's fucking terrible, the segment. My God, both of them. I mean, Corbin's fucking garbage. Balor's not good in the segment either. This was just fucking garbage. This is just terrible. So he had Elias in the back. I don't know what they're doing with Elias, but he had Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan there. They're like messing stuff up. I don't know what they do. I guess like Liv, like she always like. She jumps on Sarah Logan's back and she kind of like gives her a piggyback ride. That's what they're doing now. It'll be interesting to see what these two do because Ruby Riott hurt her knee. Hopefully it's not a torn ACL. Maybe even if it's just a knee injury. Like, if it's not the ACL, I mean, she'll miss a couple months for an MCL depending how bad it is, or a PCL. Or a meniscus, but if it's the ACL, she wasn't on Raw, so that's not a good sign. I don't know. Hopefully, she didn't go to Alabama. There's this new thing with WWE. I've been noticing if they send you to Alabama, there's a city in Alabama. I forget what it is, but if it's in there, then it's probably a bad injury because that looks like the new thing. If they send you to Alabama, we know it's pretty bad. I don't know if they sent Ruby Riott to Alabama, but hopefully. She gets better because that's not good. I mean, she was really going good. So the knee injury, and Vince, when you get a knee injury, that's a bad break for Ruby. So hopefully she's okay. It's not too bad. You had Ember Moon and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's terrible in the ring, but hopefully they don't push her. I mean, but she's a hot blonde. You never know. They might push her and might give her the title like they did with that chick on SmackDown, who's the worst wrestler in the company. By the way, the worst women's wrestler on the fucking roster is the fucking SmackDown champion, but done with that. Ember Moon beat Liv Morgan. Ember, I don't know what they're going to do with her. She's just, I don't know. I think she's just going to be lost in the shuffle, and she'll be like any other woman. She's kind of popular because she came up from NXT, but, in a year, she'll be nobody. That's unfortunate what they're going to do with her. So they're doing something with Dr. Shelby in his office. They had Bayley and Sasha, and this segment wasn't as bad. Dr. Shelby's getting mad at the end. He does that whole mean face. That's probably what I'm going to put as the picture for this video. But I liked how they were mocking each other. I thought Sasha did good Bayley. She kind of even mentioned, I sign autographs, because Sasha doesn't sign autographs. And I act like a 5-year-old. I thought she did well. Then Bayley did the Sasha one. She could have gone really harder on Sasha. I mean, if I was Bayley, I would have gone, I'm Sasha Banks. I'm the boss. I've wanted this since ever I was a little girl. Ever since I was a little girl. Eddie Guerrero. It's been my dream. Eddie Guerrero. I wish you would just go in on Sasha and just destroy her. I don't sign anyone's autographs at the airport. It's creepy. It's creepy because this is my dream since I was a little girl. Eddie Guerrero. I don't know. I think Bayley could have really ripped Sasha apart, but I thought Sasha got the better of her on that one. But Bayley's definitely more over. You can tell with the fans. So what's going to happen with them? My prediction is they're going to be a tag team. I don't even know if they'll have a match. But they might have a match at Extreme Rules. Probably not at SummerSlam. They might have something at Extreme Rules. They'll have a match, I think. Maybe even on Raw. But the WWE is introducing the women's tag team division soon. They're going to be tag team champions. Bayley and Sasha might be the first tag team champions. That's what they're going to do. They're going to be a tag team. It's also worth noting. I remember listening to Slice Wrestling. He does. Has his Twitter account. He's an insider in WWE. I think he works for them. But someone asked him a question, what's going on with Sasha? And he says, Sasha and Bayley would make a great team. And I think that's exactly where we're heading. Dr. Shelby's going to reunite them. He's going to have them hug it out. They're going to do the whole hug it out thing. They're going to get that back over. That was really over in 2013. I remember watching some NXT, like the first NXT arrival, like the fans would always chant hug it out, like for Team Hell No. So that's just a little tidbit. I mean, I forgot that thing was just super over. I'd say they're going to bring it back. There's going to be the hug it outs. They'll probably they might even win the tag belts. They might give it to them. So they'll probably be pushed as a team, but they're not. In terms of being single stars, I think the ship sailed, and I think for the better, because I think both of them they've gone nothing as single stars, and they've flopped pretty bad. So I think it's better to just be a tag team. It is what it is. But the feud, I think that's where they're going. Did I make a mistake? Yeah, I think I got something wrong. I think I said Roman Reigns. Oh yeah, I got that. I might have made a mistake. I was reading some of the spoilers. I said it was Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins against Drew McIntyre. Yeah, this was actually Reigns and Lashley against Revival. I got that mixed up. Yeah, I don't know. I messed those two matches up for some reason. Sorry. I don't want to talk about Reigns and Lashley. He had Owens talking about he was trying to get out of his match with Braun Strowman. Then he brought up Kurt with the Shania Twins. So if I'm getting this all mixed up, he had Roman Reigns confronting Kurt Angle. Again, whenever I see Roman, I don't want to watch. We have No Way Jose facing Mojo Rawley in the third hour. So who the hell would want to watch? Okay, so they do this stuff with Ronda Rousey, and I'm thinking to myself, they make Ronda look like a fucking idiot. So what they're saying with Ronda is, why does Ronda saying, you know what? I'm suspended, but I'm not suspended from Raw, but I'm going to buy a ticket for Extreme Rules. Okay, if you're suspended from Raw, but not from Extreme Rules, you fucking idiot, why are you buying a fucking ticket? You can just be there. You're an employee, or you're an independent contractor. You can just be there. You're not suspended from Extreme Rules, you fucking moron. Why do you have to buy a damn, why does Ronda Rousey even need to buy a ticket? It's so fucking stupid. They made her look like a fucking idiot. What the fuck's wrong with WWE? Don't even think this stuff out. They made Ronda look so fucking stupid. That fucking company is so dumb. Even dumber is putting Nia Jax on the microphone for like 2 minutes. Mickey James and Alexa Bliss come out. Bliss is very popular. She got a pop for sure, but yeah, she's out. Her and Mickey are, talking, and it's gonna be Mickey James and Nia Jax, and Nia comes out and announces her match with Ronda Rousey with Alexa Bliss at Extreme Rules is now an Extreme Rules match. So that means an extreme piss break for me. I mean, that's gonna be an extreme piss break. I'm gonna watch that fucking match. Oh, Nia is just terrible. I mean, this was one of the worst promos of the year. She was fucking horrible on the mic. She can't talk. It's like she's regressed. She was so over at WrestleMania now. Like, she's back to square one. But Bliss is fucking champion. I remember Bliss was champion for like a whole year, except that one time when she lost to Sasha, then won it back a week later. She was champion for a whole year. We're fucking back there again. I'm so sick of seeing her with that fucking belt. I'm so sick of this fucking Bliss Roman Reigns push, for fuck's sakes. Anyway, Nia Jax beat Mickey James. Natalya came out, and Natalya's not over. All these years, she's still not over. It's funny. So you had Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman in the main event. So what happens here is Owens runs out of the building, and then Owens went to his car. This is Vince. The show ends with Vince McMahon potty humor. So Kevin Owens, he has this, those portable bathrooms that people sometimes use. So Braun Strowman, Owens was using, he's hiding from Strowman. Owens is hiding in that stupid washroom, and Strowman drags the washroom up the stage and takes him to the end of the stage, and he almost tipped it over first, but then he gets at the other stage, he knocks him over, and they show Owens with shit all over his face. I'm sure Vince McMahon was laughing. Ha ha ha, yeah, shit all over his face, pal. Pal. He was probably laughing his ass off. This guy loves shit humor. It's fucking toilet humor. I'm disgusted by shit humor. Not so much piss humor. Even puke humor doesn't gross me out, but something about shit humor disgusts me. So I'm not a fan of potty humor. Vince is probably just laughing. He's probably laughing as hard as he fucking could. So hope he's happy. Raw was fucking terrible tonight. That show was shit. And it deserves to end the way it did. Sorry, South Dakota. Your first ever Raw is a piece of fucking shit.